Happy Friday, guys. It's gonna be a quick video this week because I'll be busy over the weekend. So I'm gonna, do this right now. Today is Friday, right after trading, 6 p.m. First, foremost, get your notebook and your fucking pen. Start taking notes. This video, we're gonna go over, basically, I'm gonna go over a couple of stock ideas, maybe just one or two. And then I'm gonna talk about the state of the market, and then quickly going through the trades that I've taken that I called out on Twitter. Okay, and let's start it. First one I want to look at is EA. Okay, it has great weekly chart. We can see that from the all-time high, it's pulled back about 50%, and then it basically recovered through through the course of almost 2 years, right? It went through this in the course of 2 years. It went through this consolidation, and then it had a leg upwards, right? And then from there, we pull back about only 25%. From there, we go up again, made another 36% gain, pull back, and you get the idea. The range is getting tighter and tighter, making higher lows and higher lows as we go. And we're really close to all-time high, actually. Let me check it right here. We are about 3.73% away from all-time high, which is a good thing because once we break this all-time high, means that there will be little to none overhead supply, right? It's basically undergoing a lot of consolidation and then pullbacks and everything. So the overhead supply is not as high as it might look. People get really scared when they see a stock entering to all-time high because they think that stock's gonna die right after it enters all-time high because it's too high. But that's usually not the case, okay? And usually it goes higher. That's usually how it is. And I want to find an entry for EA, right? Don't get too excited on the daily chart, even though you can see that it made two huge candles and we still haven't broke this, basically this consolidation. You might think the momentum of the stock might carry this up into all-time high. I wouldn't buy that just with the momentum because that will make it overly extended. It will be too unhealthy. In the course of 2 days, the stock has moved 3.78%, which is a lot. Consider the fact that it doesn't really do that often, right? I don't think a break into all-time high from here, I wouldn't buy it, right? If on Monday we break above this high, I wouldn't be a buyer. I wouldn't buy this on Monday. If we break it down to the 30-minute time frame, I think you guys can see it clearly that how overextended it is, right? The 5-day moving average, which is the orange line, is just starting to going on an uptrend, right? As Monday opens, I'm hoping to see the stock maybe give us a little pullback. If I do put the VWAP above the day, sorry, can't really see. That doesn't help. Never mind. I prefer this thing to have a deeper pullback and then make a higher lows on the shorter time frame. Maybe do something like this, and then trade this next Thursday or Friday or Wednesday if it sets up nicely on Monday and Tuesday, right? But I think this is a couple days early. We can see that the 20-day moving average is just getting ready to get above the 50-day moving average. This stock is at least a couple days early, but on Wednesday and Thursday, you guys should pay attention to it. It will be a good day trading opportunity or a swing trading opportunity, right? Depends on your time frame. Another stock I like to look at is QCOM, okay? It's a semiconductor company. I'm pretty sure it is, I think. Anyways, it has the same problem, basically. It has a really sharp uptrend, right? I mean, not uptrend, but like upward move. It went up 6% in the course of just a week, this week, right? I don't think this is ready, and I think this also will take 2-3 days to set up. Keep an eye on it, but I think that once we're able to break above this next week, this stock can move higher, and it could lead the semiconductors. Because if you take a look at the semiconductors, it just got above the 20-day moving average. On the other hand, QCOM, we're already above the 20-day moving average, and the stock seems like it's about to break this overhead supply right here. Whereas if you look at the semiconductors, it's not. It's still in this range. It's still range bound right here, and I think it needs a couple more pullbacks for a move to be healthy. But if we're able to get in QCOM before this thing gets going, QCOM could eventually lead the entire sector and become a market leader, right? So that's the two stock ideas I want to show you guys. And gonna quick talk about the market right now. Obviously, the Q's pull back and it's strong rally right into all-time high. This is why you don't want to short the market. Maybe you're a day trader or really tight swing trader, right? You might have maybe if you cut the top, but in the end, even though with the pullback right here, now this is not hindsight or anything, because in the end, after this pullback, the 20-day and 50-day was still on the rise. I know that. That's why I didn't short the market, even though the 5-day moving average was actually declining the other day, which means I need to be cautious and not buy too many stocks. This is why if you follow me on Twitter, or join my Discord, I told everybody to just start cash game. We pretty much call the top. I got lucky. I usually don't call the top that often. Same thing with SPY. We tested the 50-day moving average. It's just magic how 50-day moving average can, every single time, prove that there are buyers showing up. We're in a strong market. SPY is all-time high, and that's all that there is to it. The 5-day moving average is rising, right? Maybe a couple more pullback to make the market more healthy. Like I said, I'm not predicting what is going to happen, but I'm simply showing you guys how a market can have a healthier pullback on the way up. It needs a couple pullback. It's obviously overextended, but the market can overextend as much as they want. We're not here to predict the future. That's not what technical analysis is all about. And let's go over a couple stocks that we've traded. I've called out on Twitter like exactly before the move. Number one is ADSK, right? Autodesk, and you can see that if you look at a weekly chart, it's pretty much one of the most beautiful chart I've ever seen on the weekly chart, right? Pull back to the 20, 40, 30 weeks moving average, about 20% pullback, and then it gets tighter and tighter, right? You can see that first it pulled back 20%, now 12%. As its range gets tighter, and some you guys can call this like a flag triangle, whatever the heck you guys want to call it. I don't care, but all I see is that buyers is winning this fight, and then sellers are slowly losing it, right? Because we're making higher lows every single time, and the fact that the range is getting tighter means that overhead supply is getting lower and lower. There are less people that want to break even on the stock because they already break even every time it rallies. And on the daily chart, so quickly, now we got to zoom in and take a look at how far is it from all-time high it is, right? Before they enter. By the way, we entered around this area. So I basically just draw a line. Whatever you do, you can use a calculator. We're 7% away from all-time high from this stock, right? And now we zoom in. If we look at the 30-minute chart on the other day before the move. So this was after we got in, right? We're going to look at this right here. The stock has been in this consolidation for like a couple weeks, a couple of days, many days actually, and then it basically had this huge pullback. Now during this day was when the market had a dramatic pullback, and we don't know at the time, right? Before hindsight, at the time we know that it pulled back, and below the 5-day moving average, it's really bad. Now we don't know if it's a shakeout or not. If it's a shakeout or not. We only know if it's a shakeout afterwards it recovers. Sorry, English. So immediately the day after the pullback, the stock basically recovered. Now, how do I interpret that? I basically say, okay, that basically means that was a shakeout, which means that people that bought that has their stop loss around this area, everybody got kicked, and we bought the stock above this area, right? Precisely on this high. Right, you might think it's an overextended buy from all the way here to maybe here because it moved up 5%, but not really, because in the morning it's kind of hard to see on the chart, but like you can see that we pull back to the 5-day moving average, not exactly to it, but close enough. And as it gets above the previous day high, the July 20th high, I bought the stock, on strength, and now the stock has moved. How many percent it is? It has moved since our purchase, move about 5% in just 3 days, right? I'm still holding 2/3 of my position, and we'll see how far this one can go. Another stock I want to look at is PFV, right? This one hasn't really made a move yet, and I had alert, right? If the stock were to get above, not there, but like around this area, basically, I wanted to get above the high of last week's Friday, right? And my alert popped, but I completely missed it. I didn't get to eat this bar. I missed it. Okay, that's how trading goes. There's too many stocks I have to monitor. I missed the stock, but the thing is the stock gave me another opportunity to enter. Now the question is, why would you enter after I already made a big move like that? Well, now you have to take a look at the volume, right? At the bottom, you can see that. I don't know if you guys can. You guys see the circle? It's my logo. Okay, you guys can see it. This volume right here is 2 times the volume that you can see over here, right? Pretty much 2 times of it. What does that mean? That means usually big buyers, institutions, they're loading up on the stock. Now we have to be careful. The earnings is due next week. Now I think big institutions are loading up on the stock. What does that mean? That means that they won't let the stock die too much, right? And if the stock is getting pulled back and stuff, most likely it won't pull all the way back, and it will present me another buying chance. I'll have to pay more for it, right? Because I missed this move right here, which is fine. Because the very next day it gave us an inside A, and what does an inside A do? It usually means that it's about to trample higher. Now it looks like, I'm saying it because it's hindsight, but that's what inside day does. It takes a day to consolidate. Easier to see on the 30-minute chart. We can see that this was the inside day right here, right? It didn't break. It was below the high of previous day and above the low of the previous day. And we basically I had a purchase right here, right? On top of that, I added on top of right here. And basically I bought it here, and I bought like half of my position here and got up to a full position right here. And we'll see where this one can go. Like I said, earnings next Wednesday, so I'm hoping to sell it before next Wednesday. Hoping the stock can make a move, even like to here. I don't think that's all-time high. You have to see on the weekly chart. Yeah, the all-time high will be around 43.50. But once we get close to this high right here, we have to be careful because we might see a overhead supply. We can see that last time we had a huge reaction from there. So maybe perhaps sell another third right here, and then maybe earnings happen, you can sell like pretty much all of the shares, maybe hold a couple shares, so a couple hundred shares just to play earnings. That's up to you. I don't recommend that, but up to you, right? And that's it for this week's video. Thank you guys for watching. Please follow me on twitter.com/ForteCharts. It'll be in the description. And I do have a Discord chat, just a community, nothing paid. Sometimes we just try to get trading with everybody. I hope everybody, you get the idea. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be busy this weekend, so I'm probably not gonna post too much. And have a good one, and see you guys next time. Please subscribe too. Thank you.